The gadget in your living room right now, the one bought to protect your health, might be pumping out a gas California actually banned. Labs have quietly torn apart the biggest home health products in America, and the results are brutal. Some do absolutely nothing. Others are secretly making your air, your water, or your body worse. Let's count down 4 of the worst offenders, starting with number 4. Number 4. Ionizing air purifiers. Walk through any electronics store and you will see air purifiers boasting about ionization technology, promising to clean your indoor air by charging particles until they fall out of the air you breathe. It sounds like clever engineering, and the marketing language borrows heavily from real atmospheric science to make the pitch sound credible. Lab testing tells a very different story. Ionizers do not actually remove pollutants from your air. They electrically charge particles like dust, pollen, and smoke so they stick to nearby surfaces, walls, furniture, floors, instead of floating around your living room. The particles have not disappeared. They have simply relocated, and the moment a pet runs by or you open a window, they can become airborne again. The Environmental Protection Agency has specifically noted that ion generators do not remove gases or odors and can be relatively ineffective against larger particles like pollen and dust, allergens in the first place. Consumer Reports has reached a similar conclusion after independently testing multiple ionizing models, finding that particles simply get pushed onto surfaces instead of genuinely being cleared from the room, which means the air only looks cleaner while the same particles wait to be disturbed again. There's a more serious concern hiding behind the marketing. Many ionizers produce ozone as an unavoidable byproduct of how they work. Ozone is a lung irritant that has been linked to airway irritation, worsened asthma symptoms, and reduced lung function, even at low concentrations. This risk was serious enough that California banned ozone-generating air purifiers outright back in 2017. A coalition of doctors even wrote an open letter urging school districts nationwide never to purchase ionizing air cleaners, after research showed harmful chemical byproducts forming in real classroom conditions. Devices marketed as your family's air protection can, according to independent testing, be actively working against the very health outcome you bought them for. And if a machine meant to purify what you breathe can quietly betray you, wait until you hear what happens to the machines that promise to purify what you drink. Number 3. Alkaline water ionizer machines. These countertop machines run tap water through an electrolysis process, splitting it into an alkaline stream and an acidic stream. They are sold with an enormous price tag, often several $1,000s, alongside promises of slowing aging, preventing cancer, and restoring your body's natural pH balance. Here's what independent scientists actually found when they tested those claims. There is no medical evidence that alkaline water provides any of the health benefits these machines advertise. The core premise itself misunderstands basic human biology. Your blood pH is tightly regulated within an extremely narrow range by your lungs and kidneys, regardless of what you drink, and no amount of alkaline water can meaningfully shift that internal balance. A registered dietitian at the Cleveland Clinic put it plainly, describing these health claims as marketing built on the idea that people will pay a premium for something that sounds more valuable than what it actually is. Reviewers going back nearly 2 decades have reached the same conclusion, repeatedly noting the complete absence of empirical studies showing any measurable health benefit from these machines, despite the thousands of dollars people continue spending on them every year. Cancer societies have specifically pushed back against claims linking alkaline water to cancer prevention, stating there is no scientific evidence supporting that connection at all. And ironically, some research suggests that drinking heavily alkaline water regularly could pose its own risks, including a greater chance of mineral imbalances in the body. Doctors have also pointed out that consistently disrupting your body's natural acid balance, even in small ways, can interfere with digestion, since stomach acid is supposed to be genuinely acidic in order to break down food properly. The machine that promises to make your water safer and healthier has, according to the actual evidence, no proven benefit over what was already coming out of your tap. But at least that machine sits harmlessly on a countertop. Number 2 is a product people hold directly against their skin, convinced it is sterilizing everything it touches. Number 2, handheld UVC sanitizer wands. These pocket-sized wands promise to kill 99.9% of germs with a quick wave. using the same UVC light technology hospitals use for disinfection. The core science is genuinely real. UVC light can absolutely damage the genetic material of viruses and bacteria under the right conditions. But the consumer execution of it, according to lab testing, frequently is not. Engineers who tested popular UV wands found that many contain UV chips so weak they would need to be held motionless over a single spot for around 30 minutes to achieve any meaningful disinfection. A quick 5-second wave across a countertop, the way these products are actually marketed and used, does essentially nothing. Distance, angle, surface material, and exposure time all dramatically affect whether UVC light can actually kill anything, and consumer wands rarely provide clear instructions on any of that. One materials scientist involved in testing these devices noted that companies intentionally avoid mentioning how long you would actually need to hold the light in place, because no one would buy a product if the real instructions were printed clearly on the box. The Federal Trade Commission has taken action against UV disinfection companies before for making false claims about killing specific bacteria and viruses, and that pattern of exaggerated marketing has continued for years since. There's also a genuine safety concern here that lab testing exposed. The FDA specifically warned that several popular UV wands emit unsafe levels of UVC radiation capable of injuring the eyes and skin of anyone nearby, sometimes within seconds of use. Many of these products ship without the safety information or protective instructions that would normally accompany equipment powerful enough to cause that kind of harm. So the product marketed as a quick health boost can, in some cases, pose more of a real risk to your body than the germs it claims to eliminate, while doing little to nothing to the germs themselves. Which brings us to a problem almost every American household deals with, and a fix that has been debunked more times than any product on this list. Number 1, magnetic and electronic water descalers. These clip-on devices attach to your main water pipe and claim to eliminate limescale using magnetic or electromagnetic fields. No plumbing, no salt, no chemicals required. It has also been tested extensively, and the results are not kind to the marketing. A doctoral thesis out of Clemson University, one of the earliest rigorous investigations into this technology, concluded that magnetic water treatment devices had no significant effect on limescale formation in pipes or appliances. Decades later, a study specifically titled An Investigation into the Claims of Magnetic Water Conditioners tested 5 commercial devices directly and found no measurable effect on water pH, total dissolved solids, or hardness whatsoever. Even the U.S. Army Corps of Engineers ran its own evaluation and found no difference in scale buildup between water treated with a magnetic conditioner and water that received no treatment at all. Researchers reviewing the broader body of literature have described the scientific record on these devices as inconsistent at best, with no independently repeatable evidence that a magnetic field can meaningfully change how dissolved minerals behave, despite decades of manufacturers claiming otherwise. To be clear about what these devices do not do, they do not remove calcium or magnesium from your water. They do not soften it the way a real ion exchange water softener does. The theoretical mechanism that a magnetic field can somehow alter the crystal structure of dissolved minerals has never been demonstrated with reliable, repeatable evidence in independent testing. What has been demonstrated over and over is that your water remains just as hard after installation as it was before, while your bank account is measurably lighter. So across all 4 of these products, the pattern is the same. Real scientific language borrowed to sell something that, when actually tested, does not hold up. Ionization sounds like chemistry. Electrolysis sounds like chemistry. UVC sounds like hospital-grade technology. Electromagnetic fields sound like physics doing real work. In every case, an authentic scientific principle got stretched, simplified, or exaggerated well past what independent testing could actually confirm. That gap between real science and real results is exactly what makes these products so easy to sell and so hard to justify once someone actually checks the data. Before spending money on the next home health gadget promising a shortcut, ask whether an independent lab has actually verified the claim, because in every case on this list, the answer was no. If this saved you some money, subscribe for more videos like this. See you in the next one.